What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Just wanted to come live real quick. Do a quick video. One second. And they've been doing this for a long time, this migrant crisis. Yeah. Just trying to look up some. Okay. I gotta touch on this again. But this video sparked because I was checking out a video on this other channel, um, which is like it's this Aboriginal channel, right? And they were talking. This is an Aboriginal channel. This is the Black Power, Aboriginal. Uh, well, this one individual's ideology, because I know a lot of community, I'm well into, But this is a video, and I got blocked and removed, and I'm like, wait, just uh, just because I said let them in. I don't care about no borders. I don't care about borders, and that's always been my stance about it. Let them on in. Who cares? I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. And it's a part of being human. But this is an Aboriginal channel. This blows my mind how people get brainwashed, by the media. And I'm like, man, they're like literally watching mainstream media news and basing opinions off of mainstream media news, right? Um and Yeah, it's just pretty wild. So that's what sparked this video this morning. And my stance on immigration is I don't care. Doesn't bother me at all. Does not bother me at all. What it should be doing is waking people up to what's really going on. But this channel was saying send their asses back. Can't wait. Send their asses back. Y'all motherfuckers going back. Get y'all ass the fuck out of here. I'm like, wait a minute. How are they going back? So wait a minute, hold on. This channel believes that Donald Trump is going to come into power and then send them back to wherever they came from. Yeah, this is how bad the mass media propagation and social media propagation has been. Because social media, people always, people always comment, oh, I don't watch TV no more. And I'm like, this motherfucker be on the internet all day. That's worse, guys. The internet is worse than the TV. Okay? The internet is worse than the TV. The TV is a programmed schedule. Well, now, I mean, you could pick, so it's really no different from a cell phone almost, but it's a scheduled thing. At least, you have commercial breaks. I mean, well, I have, there's no commercial breaks on the internet. I mean, there is, but not really. So the internet is more dangerous and more mind manipulative and more programming than the TV. Sorry to break the news for you in 2024, but it is. You got to be very careful of what you consuming, because the internet with the AI and the technology will suggest and give you information based off of your search, your research, your search engines, the reactions your face gives off when you look at it through the camera with the AI. It knows if you like it or not by your facial expression and your eye expression also. And by your heart rate, because there are sensors that are around the phone that picks up on all of this. You don't believe me? Hey, I didn't design the phone. Look into the shit yourself. So these people are just, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait a minute, these are Aboriginal, which we're going to use the terms in the lowest understanding possible, right? And that is black people, black, all right? It's telling motherfuckers to get out of here, go back. I mean, so I guess, I mean, these same people can't be mad if some white person. All right, we're just, I'm just using the color law terms because, that's how everybody can know where I'm coming from. So that means white people can come out and say, and it's okay, don't get mad and say, look, black folks need to go back to Africa because there are black people that think they're from Africa. So it's okay for them to say that. I mean, because how could it be okay for you but not for two? You know, if it's okay for you, which is one, then it's okay for two. They could say it too. That's okay for some white person to come on and say, all y'all black folks need to get out of America. That's okay then, because that's what that was being spit over there. I mean, I just can't believe it. Like, damn, this is somebody telling people to go back. Like, wait a minute, have they been outside of their house? Everybody around you ain't from here. You know? Wait a minute, why they gotta go back? I mean, you know, and again, I get it, but I don't get it because people will say, "Oh man, they taking our jobs." You know, we gotta pay for them. Wait, what? Who is we? And how are you pay for somebody? Oh, our taxes. If y'all motherfuckers still think y'all taxes go to this shit, y'all some stupid motherfucking people. I'm talking y'all just stupid as all hell if you think any dollar that you put in of taxes goes to any of this shit. It does not. But the problem is people do not understand how the business corporation of the United States actually works. They don't understand it. So they watch mainstream media and like, oh, there's a Mexican crisis. There's all these. They've been how long they've been doing caravans, guys? Y'all know they've been doing caravans for the longest time. And when I was in Texas, they was doing a caravan, and the border that they told um said that they were coming to. I was there, and only like fucking 40 people came through because they paid them to stage it, and when they got up there, they fucking turned the fuck around. And people be like, oh, Mexican. It ain't the fucking Mexicans. Mexican, look it up. All right. The Mexican population actually declined from what it was 10 years ago. Ain't that some shit? And if you is Mexican, you can't even come. Man, I lived on the border 2 years. McAllen, Texas, that's a border town. Been all on the Rio, the valley, all up and down the motherfucker. Mexicans can't even come to this bitch. They can't even come over like that. They already know it, you know? And y'all remember, I was live streaming, doing videos showing y'all our own government bringing the people in. I've video recorded Border Patrol. One of the most popular videos I ever had did like shit, I don't know, 30 million views, was me talking to a Border Patrol agent, asking him why I get stopped, but the bus that's right in front of me carrying the illegals just goes on through. I get stopped at the borders because down there in South Texas, if anybody knows, there's checkpoints. Because there's, you know, the most deepest part of America is South Texas. That's McAllen, Brownsville areas. Right? That's the farthest south you can get in America. That's farther than Florida. All right. That's why it's more hot down there. It's more tropical as far as the climate and animals and nature. Right. So that's as far as you can get in America is South Texas, South Padre Island, Brownsville, Port Isabel, all that shit. Actually, the farthest south port is Port Isabel. Okay. And it ain't no fucking it ain't no crisis down there. There's not people all over the fucking streets and shit down there. There's not cops pulling people over talking about, oh, we're worried about illegals. No, it's not. They don't do. It's all they're being bussed in strategically, all organized, okay, through charitable organizations set up by federal government interests who want to destroy this nation, who have their hand in the Belt and Road Initiative overseas, which is the other business, okay? So they need to liquidate America slowly because the business is fucking closing. You know? I mean, it's crazy, man. But it's crazy, you know? Um, So, um, let me see the comments. Yeah, illegals are not from this land. What illegals are you talking about? Let me know. And I get it. I mean, I get it. I get it. Illegals ain't from this land, and neither are the ones who could. Let's be all the way real. Let's just keep it real right here. So illegals are not from this land. So where are they from? And I get it. They're coming from all over the world. Okay. I don't. I still don't care because, you know, hey, I'm a humanist. You know, I ain't no racist. I'm a humanist. I don't care. They could all come here because I travel. I go all around this country. And guess who's not working? Americans. Guess who's dying? Americans. Guess who's sick and unhealthy? Americans. Guess who's got psychological issues? Americans. You know? And it's the thing, like this comment right here, illegals aren't from this land. Hold on. But no one has a problem with the ones who own and control us. Like this is what blows my mind. Like problem is I just think very logically. Okay. And when I see comments like this, that means they're programmed by the mass media to think that, hey, this is the problem. When the motherfucking problem is the ones that got the mass media telling you these people are the problem. And the ones that are creating the problem are the ones that are the problem that are here. But nobody's telling them to go home. Nobody's banding together and telling them to go home. We know they don't. We know they stole the land. We know they raped, killed, murdered, did everything in between, and still do it to this day. Don't pay your taxes on your property. Guess who comes and take it? The ones who don't even fucking the illegals. That's who's coming to take it. The illegals. And for one, they're not illegal. Two, they're not migrants. They're migrating and they're immigrants. That's what they are. So let's get the words and terms right. Because under the laws of this nation, right, that does not say you can't come in the country. That's the thing. People don't even know that shit. What fucking what right does anybody got to say somebody else can't come here? Who's got that right? People don't even think about this notion. And again, I get it, you know, this and that. Everybody ain't coming to this big ass nation, guys. Everybody's not coming to this big ass fucking nation. Everyone's not coming to this big ass nation. Everyone's not coming here. Motherfuckers ain't flocking over here like that. It's a lot of people coming here, but not what you think it is. There's a lot of motherfucking people coming here, guys. But if you look at the numbers, look where they're all ending up around this country. Even when they say 300,000 came in last month, where the fuck they at? You know how much 300,000 fucking people are? Where they at? Their numbers don't fucking add up. It's propagation. It's called percentage and bullshit numbers that people can't fucking look up because they just don't bother. You know how many they said were coming to New York? You know how many came to Rochester? 100. Maybe 300 between Buffalo and Rochester. All right. These motherfuckers be around the TV too much. People watch too much fucking TV, internet. Walk your ass, take your ass down to the fucking border and look for yourself. Think about it. You know, and I'm up here watching this channel. I'm like, these motherfuckers. I'm like, these motherfuckers So, yeah, to just watch this talk was just mind blowing. I'm like, yo, they done embrace the mentality of the same people. I'm like, wow. And then the rhetoric was, oh, y'all gonna get y'all asses up out of here. Y'all up here this, talking about how much money it's costing to house these people and all that. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? But y'all know my stance. Y'all know my stance. Y'all know my stance already. I don't give a fuck if the border is open or not. And then they're like, Biden must have went down. I mean, this is a black and Aboriginal channel. I'm like, are you serious? And then they blocked me because I said, let them on in. Ain't nobody working any fucking way. And he's like, block this motherfucker, bitch ass motherfucker. I'm like, well, shit. And then I go back into my other channel. And then I'm like, and then he's like, oh, anybody want to come? We can have dialogue. I'm like, wait, you just fucking blocked? You just blocked me because I mentioned a comment. Then you say you want to have a dialogue. You like people that disagree. Like this shit is wild, man. This crazy. But anyways, I already wanted to talk about the whole migrant thing. I always like to refresh the migrant thing, you know, the whole migrant thing. And I just saying migrant, just like I say black, white, whatever. And you know, it's not a fucking crisis. Your own government is making it a crisis. Ain't nobody complaining about the government. And just like this comment here, illegals are not from this land. What do you mean are not from this land? You know, illegals are not from this land. You know, illegals aren't from this land. So neither is the motherfuckers that run this shit. Neither is motherfuckers that run this shit. They ain't from here either. They ain't from here. Like that's the thing that gets me. It's like, man, and then it's like, oh, why can't us black folks, why can't we get housing and all this shit for I'm like, what? Get off the fucking internet, right? This is what I say, yo, get off the internet. Stop being a victim all the time. Put your money together, you know? I mean, it just is what it is. It's like, when the Mexicans came over here, right? Because they done did this shit before. They done did this shit before. They know Americans ain't working on no fucking farms. They ain't working certain jobs. They done gave all the manufacturing jobs. There's no commodities in America and there's no manufacturing. Ain't shit made over here. So when they flee it all out of this country, you got a lot of farm shit, cheap labor. All right, we need Mexicans to come here. Let them on in. Cause they know them motherfuckers coming to work. And they know they have values, family values. They gonna pack aunts, uncles, all together in one house and prosper. Yeah, everybody, there's crime everywhere. Every walk of fucking race. It's gonna be some bad motherfuckers. It's gonna be. Just is what it is. There's bad everywhere on this planet. That's human nature. There's good, there's fucking bad. Now it's manipulated. They made a lot of motherfuckers just batshit crazy. But to sit here and tell, I just said it the other day. Anybody to tell me about a border and talk about, Mexicans and all these people from all these foreign countries need to get the fuck out of here. No, you get the fuck out of here. You know how the people like, you don't like America, they get the fuck out. Well, these motherfuckers like America. They here. They were given incentive to come over here. They were given Mr. 19 relief money. What y'all think that was for? Well, nobody was reading that. Nobody was reading 600 pages of the COVID relief bill. I didn't read 600 pages, but I skimmed through it, and that shit was right in there. All that shit was right in there. I lost the fucking channel over that shit, talking about the COVID relief bill and showing the shit that's in there. you know? So anybody that says, I'm sorry, I'm not on board with you, we need to close the borders, I ain't on board. Because I know what that whole border thing is. And another thing about this whole immigration, right, is that people don't know what they setting us up for. There's going to be a change because this nation is not going to be a part of main commerce. All right. It's not going to be a part. The American dollar is going to be defunct. It's not going to work anymore. All the business already done pulled out of here. They already done left. They're already over. They're already, what do you think new Ukraine is for? You know, the world headquarters is all going to be in all these other countries outside of the United States. A lot of, unfortunately, it's going to be a transition. You know, people off themselves over the lockdowns. 2019, I mean 2020, 2021, 22. People off themselves, killed themselves. People are on drugs right now. Life's in shambles because of stress. So imagine when the dollar isn't the world currency anymore. Imagine that. Who's gonna go? Who's gonna keep whatever's left of here functioning? Because remember, Russia and China own a lot of the United States. You know, I done did videos years ago. My son's birth certificate, one's in Chinese, another one's in Russia. Well, I already know what happened. You know, where you think the money comes from? People don't even know that. People always talk about the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Don't know that China was one of the main nations involved with the IMF in its creation. Well, that would mean they got a hell of a big bank. A lot of people don't know that. You know? A lot of people don't know that. What's good, Nicholas? R Dubs, Goblin, 10 1. Oh, the cuts. RD. Yella Geechee. Yeah, I'm promoting controlled media over. What do you mean promoting? I think you may have be on the wrong channel if you don't understand what I'm talking about. If you don't understand what I mean about this, you have to be on the wrong channel because what I'm talking about is social media and its manipulation is far more beyond even comprehension dangerous than the TV. Sorry, but it is. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that are awake that are just totally programmed on social media. You're like, what the fuck? You know? It is definitely a cesspool. So I don't know how that's not promoting, it's just a reality. Promoting is saying, get your information from the mainstream media and not the social media. No, what the fuck? Because of mainstream media, the information comes from within inside of you. It don't come from these media sources. You got to know what's bullshit and what you could take from it. Because what the news puts out, you could actually look to and see what the fuck they're talking about, and then research off of that. Okay, they're talking about something. Let me look deeper into it other places. So I'm just sorry, but you got to understand what I'm talking about. It was good, and mango. So listen, if y'all don't know, right? Because y'all think this country is America. It's a, blood fought war. It's a real nation. Man, that's a fucking illusion if there is ever one, right? And the dollar, the banking system, right? People don't understand why there's Chinese consulate, Russian consulates here in the United States, where it's a different nation. The United States can't even go on their property. It's out of their jurisdiction. It's foreign territory. Like that's here in the United States. You mean to tell me y'all motherfuckers don't know that you could be in a place like New York City, and then there'd be a little spot like fucking Central Park that you get the United States has zero jurisdiction in. Yes, look up to see where your Russian consulates are, where your Chinese consulates are. Yo ass, the United States has zero jurisdiction on it. Why? Because contracts, treaties, and other shit. Right? Just is what it is. When a foreign national comes over this bitch, they can come over with their fucking army with them. All kinds of weaponry, anything they want to, because they're not under the laws and jurisdiction of the United States, and they're moving through. They're going to their consulate. You can't touch them. You can't bother them. They're out of jurisdiction. Just like these immigrants. Why you think they call them illegal? The ones that coming in are legal immigrants. What the fuck is y'all talking about? They're legal. Once they come through that border, they're legal because they're being picked up. There's some people that, just whatever. But the majority of the numbers that you're seeing, they're going through the process. That's not illegal immigrants. That's called legal immigrants. The only reason why an immigrant is illegal, because they ain't got no papers. They come over this bitch, they don't have no papers. What does that cause? That bitch ain't got no jurisdiction over them. They get caught up, you can't bring them to jail. That's why they got to go to immigration to get shipped back. Like, wait, they committed a crime. Well, you can't even prosecute the motherfucker the way they do. They're not going to tell you that. When you understand the law and understand what's going on here, you know they can't. Just like the ones who come over here on paper, when they get in trouble, they don't go to jail. Their caseworkers come get them. They say, look, you can't do that. You can't steal. You can't do that. And other shit, say they get into a fight or something, cops come or whatever, this and that. Okay, it's a fight. That shit gets brushed under the rug. Now, if they shoot somebody, that's a whole, they get her out of here. Petty crime and shit like that, they gotta tell them, like, look, you can't do that. You're gonna get get kicked out of here. They have caseworkers. They have a number. These motherfuckers come with a manila envelope. I showed y'all this shit. It's all done, or they're not illegal. That's another thing that these people don't know. They're not illegal. Most of everybody you see coming in through the border, going through the process, that's not illegal. And they're being bussed in they're being bussed in, and it's all being done. And like I told you, what law says that a motherfucker can't come to America? Oh, they got to go the right way, the legal way. They have the process already through ICE, through U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, immigration, and there's another one. That's how it works. You know? Exactly, AV. Thank you. That's all I was saying, you know? It is what it is. So, now in the deeper aspect, because I don't want this to be too long, but these people, they're flooding all these people in because this country is going bye-bye, meaning what you know of the United States is not going to be the United States anymore. What do they have to take? Your rights. What are they trying to increase? Tyranny, a police state. How do they do that? Well, United States has to have a war within themselves. They keep talking civil war. Ain't nobody going out shooting no guns at each other and having a civil war like, they taught us in the old days where we battled. No, it's an economical, financial civil war right now, and it's been going on. Okay. The Civil War is simple. They're doing things in states that are just not American ways that we were accustomed to, okay, to get people riled up, to get people moving, to get people out. Most of these immigrants are going to all Democratic states, all states that are Democratic, all states that agenda is liberal Democratic. All right. That's what they're doing. They're pissing off the people. Say, fuck it. You know how many people I knew in New York State that moved out of here? They're in Texas, Florida, the Carolinas, right? They're out of here. Florida's population is just they're bad. Them motherfuckers wasn't even done with the highway. They building more highways and more houses because it's just a everybody is flocking there from all these fucking democratic tyrannical nations. But guess what? Those same the Republican nations that are against all this stupid shit like the gender shit and all this other dumb shit, the gun right, those people are like, fuck it, they're doing the same. We're out of here. We're gonna go to, a democratic liberal state. Ta-da! What are they doing? They're creating two territories. This is why you got the Real ID Act coming. You got your state ID, your real ID, which I explained in the past couple videos. It's federal ID to go to federal lands, federal territories, borders, and air transportation. Not land, but it might be for land if you're crossing borders. All right. If they even, I don't know. They might not even allow that because the infrastructure ain't there yet. They might be like, look, yeah, okay, you could do it in your own personal vehicle, go through the checkbook, but like bus transportation, I don't know. That's going to be allowed going across state line. But they are, look at what's in the books for federal, how transportation is under federal, right? Trucking, your commerce is under federal, not state. It's under federal regulations, all right? The whole trucking industry is under federal regulations. That's transportation. All the bus services, right? Those are under federal transportation. This shit been in the motion. Only thing that wasn't was the aviation airlines. That's soon going to be. That's why you're going to need a real ID and or passport to board a fucking domestic flight. Because there's going to be two different territories, federal and state. This is why they're creating all this ruckus. Because this is how you attack the Constitution of the United States. Because once the states break up, your motherfucking Constitution don't matter. Supreme Court is now defunct. Whatever happens to that shit, they got the game. Boy, you talking about checkmate. This thing is going right into their hands so easy, and motherfuckers up here worried about who coming in the fucking border instead of the motherfuckers controlling the goddamn shit. It's unbelievable. There's going to be a federal territory and state territory, right? But the federal territory is only going to be borders, air, land, sea. State territory is going to be all the states. But them states are going to be, if they're liberal minded, they're going to get the federal protections, right? That's the government. That's the part that, they're like, fuck. Then you might have these states be republic states, but they be way more tyrannical and harsh. You think you got more freedom, but them motherfuckers is more harsh, more hardcore. This is what's coming, guys. Look up the COS, look up Article 5. This shit's already in motion. States are already doing it. Ron DeSantis, he's deep into it. He's a part of it. He's a part of the whole agenda. Y'all gotta see this shit coming, man. So they know, they're preparing for this shit, man. Americans ain't working. Americans ain't gonna work. Americans ain't gonna be working. They ain't gonna want to work. So y'all got to see what's coming. Like, that's why I see all this dumb talk, this stupid shit. I'm like, these are just mainstream supporting narratives that I'm hearing. I'm like, seriously? These motherfuckers think the United States just gonna be, a well-oiled machine for years to come, and retirements and all this other shit, and own a business and all this other shit. And, we're gonna prosper. And this, man, y'all better see what the fuck they setting up around you. Ain't no business here. Nothing's made here. You know, then they talk about they hate China, hate Chinese people, they hate all these people come from all these. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers, some hatred ass motherfucker. All I see is just some broken black folks, man, that is grasping on anything they can instead of themselves and actually going in and waking the fuck up. You know, that's just self hate. That's all I see. How you gonna hate somebody trying to do better? You know, that shit don't even make any sense. These motherfuckers may be coming over here from some shit that is gonna happen here. That's why a lot of motherfuckers dipping up out of here, letting all this bullshit, illusion ass shit go. All this material shit. They're like, fuck it, man. We need to be more natural. You know, we need to go live on the land and shit. Fuck this shit. We need to be where our food is growing. You know, we need to go. We need to get the fuck up out of here. A lot of motherfuckers leaving. I know so many people that ain't here that's living it up. Simple life. You know, while I ain't seen the sun in days up here in upstate New York. These motherfuckers in the sun every day and eating what I love to eat. Natural shit. I'm like, I'm in the wrong fucking place. It's just a matter of time, man. Yeah, Nicholas, America's already bankrupt. It's been in bankrupt, but George Bush was in here when he signed. I forgot what he signed, but he basically, you know, that's when that's when you seen most of everything leave out. They already had this set up a long time ago. Look at America, ain't shit here. We make nothing. Nothing's made here. Everything from our food is imported. A bitch just gonna be eating motherfucking corn and apples in this bitch. And soybeans and all them soybeans owned by China. They you better believe them bitches ain't. We don't need them. You know, this bitch already bankrupt. Ain't no money. Money ain't real. It's an illusion. We operating all. This is another thing. Everything is done by contracts. Like people telling people to leave. These people that are coming in, they don't have birth certificates. What does that mean? They ain't owned by somebody else. See, it's some shit that we might not even know what the fuck is really going on. It's birth certificates where the motherfuckers got claims on them. Our birth certificates, there's someone who owns that. If you liquidating your assets, think about it. Think about, what Bill Gates been pushing. You liquidating your assets, man. We already know people dropping like flies from that shot. We already know that. That's undebatable. You can't even deny that. The only thing that keeps that under wrap is HIPAA and all the other private laws for healthcare, which that should have never happened. Everyone's like, oh, HIPAA think it's a good thing. Y'all dumb motherfuckers. You don't know if all your neighbors are dying from some disease because of fucking HIPAA. Right now, we would know who's dying of what if HIPAA wasn't here. Families could have been like, okay, yeah, man, well, yeah, we got they said he died of this, but, we already know. You can go ask them, hey, because I ask a lot of people that, yo, did he get the, what? I don't know. Nobody knows shit. It should have been public fucking record. Now we know, like, yo, we don't need them to tell us who the fuck disappearing. We could have been just like, yo, man, look how many people in this area over here, man. They all got it, yo. It's undeniable. Think about that shit. So fuck HIPAA. People are like, oh, it's all there. That's one shit, healthcare shit. And they propagated that back in the days. Oh, we need privacy. And everybody was like, yeah. Through the whole missing idea, everybody like, yeah, because, HIPAA, we can't, you can't, man, fuck out of here, man. That's the shit that fucked us all up. They did a, they did a, they did a, they did a whoop-de-woo on us. We've been bamboozled, you know? So this is why they doing this shit, man. These people are coming over here because they're gonna work. They're gonna work the Chinese motherfucking owned farms for the Belt and Road. They're gonna work those factories. What happens to us? Hey, we gonna have to figure this shit out. All these properties and everybody got, man, shit. Somebody own them motherfuckers. And God forbid these motherfuckers ever war criminals from America ever get brought to some kind of disciplinary action. Because now they get to now all the layers get to be peeled back. Oh shit. You know? Think about it, man. If you got some land, if your shit, your business, house, tent, whatever the fuck you got, building is on some land that is owned by some motherfuckers and it is an in American dollar. Like people don't understand if American dollar collapsed, what collapsed with it, man? A lot of contracts, a lot of shit. Oh, it's a lot, man. It's really a lot. People think it's far-fetched. People think it's a conspiracy theory. Meanwhile, be on the internet talking about some fucking migrants. These motherfuckers gonna get all sent back. Who the fuck gonna send them back? The same ones who brought them in? Biden must have went down there and told them to come here. Motherfucker, Trump was down there telling them to come in. I was down there I was down there physically when Trump went down there the 2 times. I'm like, why is this motherfucker going here? That was him making an appearance and all the fucking news for all these countries propagating that shit. I forgot what bill he signed. But you forgot he the one created all this Mr. 19 shit. Fuck is wrong with people? Now he gonna come back and send them all back? No, you about to get bamboozled again. Cause some niggas about to get round up with this shit too. Whatever they got going on, it's all getting round up. You know? It's all getting round up, man. And these states in the north, shit, you gotta understand. I mean, there's nothing new. The same sex cults, organizations, families been running this bitch for a long time. All right, they just battling for some power over some shit. I believe people believe they're all in it together, but I believe that shit wasn't planned. This shit over there with this shit, you know. And I talked about that in another video. Told you, man, people been asleep at the wheel for a long time. I can't believe people buying this shit. You know, I heard them talking about this shit. I'm like, man, I thought these were some sharp brothers right here. I'm like, what the fuck? They buying this shit? God damn, they ain't no. Oh my god. So, you know, it just sparked me to make this immigration video. Like, I don't care about the immigration shit. I look around, I travel, I see businesses struggling. I see, you know, all this shit. And then I see where some of them actually get jobs. They don't know no English, but they helping your ass. They ain't got a fucking stinking ass, bitch ass attitude. They ain't slacking. They ain't fucking, you know, doing a slack ass fuck job, you know. Fuck that, man. I know a lot of people that own a lot of businesses and they all got the same problems. Americans don't want to fucking work. And when they do, they got drama and they don't give a fuck. That's a fact. And I'm not saying that's everybody, but whatever these Americans been sniffing, they all sniffed it at the same fucking time because magically a bitch don't want to work nowhere. It's good, Daniel. They don't want to fucking work. They bring drama. They complain. They bitch. They got stinking ass fucking attitudes. They don't want to fucking help. I lived on right in South Texas, man. I tell you, man, it's the best place in America to me. You know, it's the best place in America to me. I'll be back down there. It's the best place. That motherfucker down there, I believe it. How helpful it is. Everything from the government, like offices, DMVs, them motherfuckers is helpful, not rude, don't feel entitled. They don't feel like they own the shit, and they always want to help out. It's the craziest shit ever. That was a huge eye opener. I'm like, damn. You know? Hospitality, morals and principles. You know, come back up this way, god damn. how many videos on the internet? Fucking all the fast food fighting and all the cuss. I mean, this shit is wild, man. Something got to give. They bringing back the spirit. Don't even know it. Talking about coming to these lands. They coming from these people are coming from Guatemala, Venezuela, the fucking uh Nicaragua, all these. It's the fucking same goddamn landmass. You think a fucking imaginary ass line that the colonizer, the ones that stole the motherfucking land and killed and raped and pillaged every fucking body, because they put a fucking imaginary line there, that shit makes a difference? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why I just don't have no tolerance for just the stupidity. At the end of the day, it's just flat out ignorance and stupidity, because it doesn't even make any fucking sense. Because what it is you got so comfortable being inside fucking Walmart and working for Walmart. It's a new business popping over there, and you're like, damn, what the fuck going on, man? Shit. Well, I ain't doing what we doing. So shit, man. Fuck it. Lock the door, man. Lock the fucking door. Shit, I'm staying. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna ride. Motherfucker, the shelves empty in here, man. The other store over there popping over there. Man, fuck it, man. You can get out too. Shit. The motherfucker just can't let it go. Can't let the American dream go. They need to go back. Go back where? Ain't nowhere to go back to. How the fuck you gonna go back? Even the Mexicans, people like the Mexicans need to go back. Go back where? This their shit. Shit blows my mind. Especially the people in California when they talk about the Mexicans. I'm like, man, what? The fucking names are still in Mexican. Same thing in Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, fucking Texas. Still got Mexican names. All the way up. Dakotas, Utah, Wyoming, all over this bitch. Still got Mexican names. It's unbelievable, man. Truly unfucking believable. That's the shit that I just don't understand, man. They need to go back. Go back across an imaginary fucking line where if that shit wasn't there, you wouldn't know where the fuck it was at anyway. Like, where they going? Oh, you mean they just need to go over? Okay. They're gonna go over here. What do you mean go back? Take one step back or two steps forward? Which one is it? Shit blows my mind, man. So yeah, it's a lot more to that. And I'll talk about it another day, but I just had to come, immigration shit. Anybody, look, man, y'all gotta do some soul searching, because y'all got the wrong mentality. Y'all holding just that right there that's like a religion. If you believe in immigration shit, you is part of the problem. You can't be a part of the solution. You part of the problem. Because what you mean? Immigration, like, it's what's a problem? People coming here is a problem? What? People coming in, they got tents outside your house, all that other shit. Well, hey, it is welcome to the motherfucking real world now. Welcome to the real world. Figure it out. Is they human beings? Let 100,000, let 300 fucking thousand chihuahuas come through the border. Every American out, every motherfucking American would, Yorkies. Let some Yorkies, some motherfucking chihuahuas, some fucking pit bulls, all come to the border, saying, "Look, they're free dogs." Every American in this would be a fucking national ghost town. Everybody would be down there trying to save a fucking dog, giving them a home. Imagine you go outside and it's a little chihuahua with a little fucking cage, and he got to sleep outside. Bitch, y'all bringing him in a minute. Fuck out of here. And a chihuahua can't work. It just blows my fucking mind, man. It just blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. So I don't believe in none of that, sorry. And I just understand, people like, well, people worried about worry about your motherfucking self, man. Maybe try to help somebody out. Maybe just talk to them, even if you can't. There's translator apps now. Ask them, well, what happened? Just like I did. That motherfucker showed me everything. I seen a check. I seen a motherfucker check for $1,500. I seen who they had to go to. I looked through the whole contents, took photos of the manila folder. I need to post the damn pictures. You know? The fuck, I know what's going on. Shit, y'all helped me with the buses. Remember the buses? Y'all looked it up. One of you, I forgot who looked up the bus for me. I'm like, I already knew it, but y'all showed me exactly what company it was. Private military contracting company that works for the federal motherfucking government and other government agencies across the United States. So that means that the same government that you want them to get out is the same one that's bringing them in. Make it make some fucking sense. Make it make some sense. No, what the fuck are they really doing is what you need to be finding out. Because it don't make no sense. How can the same government that's bringing them in be taking them out? No, that's not going to work. What are they truly doing? They're not. And you got to understand the whole immigration process. Where these countries are coming from, and you got to have a motherfucking place to deport them. If the country says no, bitch, we don't want them back. If they don't have no process, the agency is not going to spend no money to bring them on back. Nope. And they have no jurisdiction beyond the United States borders, guys. It just blows my mind. Ignorance is fucking bliss. If the country doesn't accept them back, so all y'all that believe these motherfuckers gonna get sent out here by who? The boogeyman? You talk about the orange Muppet Donald fucking Trump is gonna send them back. He's the one who told them to come here. No, it's gonna be some setup where the sanctuary cities where they go to these Democrat ran cities. Because this bitch needs to be split apart because of American freedoms and the Constitution. How do you do it? Split the United States up. Boom. Constitution. You just not can't work. Gotta think about it, man. What's good, last? But yeah, man. So yeah, I just had to come on here and drop that because, and then if you actually know some people's journey, how they got here, you know, it's just crazy, man. How people can just be so inconsiderate of fucking humans, man. This landmass we on, America, can fit everybody in the world on this bitch. Damn, this is when motherfucker don't travel. This is when motherfucker be locked in a big ass city and think it's overcrowded because they don't go 10 miles away from the motherfucker to see. Damn, it's land everywhere. What the fuck? You know? So yeah, so you let them on in. Let them on in. Because hey, maybe people wake up, say, what's going on? Huh? And ain't no fucking orange Oompa Loompa. He's the one who set the shit up. Gonna send them back. They ain't nowhere to send them back to. You can't send them back. They ain't going no fucking where. Even if we go to war, they ain't going nowhere. You locked down in the house. They got big plans for Americans. Big plans. Bitch, you got a birth certificate. Somebody owns you, motherfucker. You got stipulations involved with you. Something that they ain't telling you about. So, I went to New York City and I seen where they're housing the people at. I'm like, it's mad motherfucking people down there helping them people, man. Which is good. Like the news not gonna show you the good of all the people helping out. It's this one dude in fucking, I forgot where it was at, Philadelphia maybe. I don't know. I forgot where it's at, but this white dude, he opened up his whole fucking building to them. He said someone's got to do it. Good for that motherfucker. Set up food in there, food kitchen, everything, man. Shout out to him. You know. And like I told you, I travel, and the lack of Business have closed. I'll add a shout out to this one Asian restaurant here in Rochester, New York, Blue Taro, right? Best fucking food ever, man. No matter if you're vegan or not, vegan or regular food, best Asian Vietnamese food ever. But they had to open, they keep opening and closing because they can't get no one to work. They got smart. See, they could run it with 2 people and a waiter. Guess what they got? A motherfucking robot. And I'm like, you know what? Kudos to you. Even though I don't like this whole technological shit, I'm like, kudos to you because these are good people that are working hard and nobody want to fucking work. All right. They was like they had to close. Now they back open again. And they redid the whole shit and they got a motherfucking robot. I'm like, damn, that's smart. Because that was their problem. They could not get a server. Now they got the electronic shit where you could just order. I don't have to use it because they know me. I just go up there, tell them what I want, and they'll bring it out. But they got the robot to put they cook the food, boom, they put it on the little robot. The robot brings it right to the table. You get it. I'm like, damn, now see, this is where this technology comes in handy because they can't get nobody. Nobody want to work, and it's a small business. I get it. Fuck it. Do what you gotta do, you know? And then the other part of the store, they got the person working over in the market side, you know. But that part that they can't fill, man, shit. I was like, that's good because why should they suffer? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've seen a lot, by traveling. And hey, I mean, where's Americans? Where the fuck y'all at? They on the internet smoking dope, fucking doing drugs, drinking alcohol. It's under fucking psychotic fucking evaluate. They can't work. They're mentally disabled. I can't work. I'm stressed out because of COVID 2020. I lost where they at? Where's everybody at? There's not one shortage of jobs in Rochester, New York. There ain't one shortage of jobs in fucking Buffalo. But everybody bitching up. I don't see. I travel. I don't see Florida. It's jobs every fucking where. I don't see where a bitch can't work. And they talk about there's no jobs. It's fucking jobs everywhere. And I don't understand it. It's a job everywhere, everywhere. Right now, I'm near a Dunkin' Donuts, an Advanced Auto Parts, an AutoZone, a gas station. Down the streets of Family Dollar. Over there's a concrete place, and every one of these motherfuckers is looking for. Down there's a mechanic shop. Every one of these motherfuckers is looking for somebody to work, and it's just one street. I go to the um to the fucking Wegmans. They're always hiring, right? A grocery store. Where else? Where else? Gas stations. They're always fucking hiring. Um, there's one pizza place. Shout out to Creative Pizza. They can't keep anybody in there. Nobody wants to work. First thing they say, nobody want to work. Shout out to Just Juice. She got a good team. That's different. That's a spiritual. That's some spiritual shit. See, it's different. They're gonna attract, they put out the good energy to attract what they need, but even she has trouble sometimes, you know, you know. So that's my thing. Yeah, you damn sure straight. I see it every day. You're 100% right. It's just amazing, man, what that shit is doing to people too. And people don't believe me. People think that, oh, it's the same shit. I'm crazy. I ain't never smoked good. I'm glad I never did. Didn't never have to see the ramifications. What the fuck's going on? When the government says, yeah, it's time you can have it. You know, when I was down in Florida, and fake Mike, he was trying to get some weed. There wasn't no weed. Ironically, it was all this synthetic shit. Couldn't find it. And all these motherfuckers thought they smoked weed. That shit was crazy. You know. So that's 100%. I mean, this is the thing. We got to go facts over feelings, logic over opinions. You know, it just is what it is. People are caught up in their feelings and emotion and just can't see what the fuck is in front of them. You know, I'm not a dweller in a basement. I'm not a dweller in a fucking house. I'm not a dweller that just surrounds myself with in squares and don't try to see what the fuck going on. I get out. I'm out and about. I'm always around people. I'm always, talking to people, observing. I'm always somewhere sometime, you know? Uh, how could you blame anyone for trying to better yourself? And besides that, if we had a world financial reset, would you rather be in Colombia or here? Shit, I wouldn't be in Colombia. I'd rather be in Costa Rica, Panama, Belize, southern Mexico. I would love to be there because me and and Wise were talking about this the other day. It's nations that if a financial collapse happened, shit's already. What are they? They're already to where they gonna survive without a working system or not. It doesn't matter. You know, I'd rather be in these nations because, fortunately for me, everything that I eat is there. I went to Mexico. I couldn't believe fucking they're like walking by a fucking pile of oranges on the ground. And they're like, yeah, take them all. Go ahead, take them all. I'm like, yo, what the best oranges I ever ate. Mango tree, like fucking just dropping mangoes there. I'm like, what? I'm in heaven. I ain't got to eat today. This is my food. I'm in heaven. So I'd rather be there. I don't care about material shit. We supposed to be been when you wake up, you supposed to been forget about material shit. I could look, as long as I'm with my family, my loved ones, and we could eat and got some sun, shit, I'm good. I could care less about any of that. And you gotta remember, these places are already at a state, they ain't gonna fucking kill each other. They already in surviving. They're already surviving, you know? This bitch collapse. Oh my God. It's built off a lie. It's built off a lie and an illusion. When your ass wake up from a fucking nightmare, shit, you gonna be in a nightmare. So I'd rather be not here. I've always stressed that, you know. Yeah, it don't matter where you go. It's right. But there's a big but. I ain't about to be in a collapsing situation in Rochester, New York City, Chicago, Philadelphia. No, no, no. Could you imagine being in a city? I mean, I'm not in a city in Rochester, but I don't even want to be in the vicinity of this bitch. One, I don't want to be in a cold climate. Like I said, we don't know when and what's coming, but the universe will give us all a sign. You know, I'm just saying. But I don't believe in taking the border back. So that y'all have fun taking the borders back with Donald Trump. And that's they would see. This is the thing. Let a bunch of Americans go talking about they're gonna take their borders back. Go down to the border with your AR-15s and your militias and watch what the fuck happens. You talk about taking a border back. Shit. You talk about January 6th, man. Them motherfuckers don't have motherfuckers in federal prison forever. You know? You know? But like I said, if I had it my way, I would already have it, and I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. I'm just waiting and just waiting on my situation, man. And hey, I would love I would love to have land outside of this fucking hellhole on the other side of the fucking prison wall. Sorry. That was the most liberating feeling ever is walking out of this bitch. It literally, when you walk, I did it on foot because I wanted to feel the energy. Did it on foot, and I'm like, it felt like I left the prison. Maybe it was just me, but it literally felt like I left the prison. And a lot of people that left this bitch, a lot of people I talked to that's still in these areas, all right, they feel more free. Now, you could say it could be a mental block, a mental thing, but when you don't have to endure certain things, I would say that's everything in this nation we do is like a fucking video game. We need permission for everything in here, you know, everything. Unless we're living outside, I get it. But I'm just saying, people think that we live in a nation that is, we're free when we're not. We're just driving down the street, you risk your life, you know? You can go to another place and they don't understand what police do. They don't understand it. They can't, people think that Mexicans are all running over here and shit like that and all this and that. Now, man, you crazy? Some of them, they don't want to come here. They don't understand. Like, they're scared of the fucking police. They don't understand that shit. Because they do that shit there, the police get fucked up. There's some corrupt police. But just everyday average tyranny just don't exist there. Don't exist like that. Like we've been propagated to believe, you know? Fuck, Gavin Signs shows us that this motherfucker, he drives through checkpoints. That ain't no fucking, he drives through them bitches. These motherfuckers ain't got AR-15s. They got carbines. I don't know what the fuck that big, they got big machine guns. This motherfucker drives right through the goddamn shit. Then when he gets stopped, he's like, what the fuck, what are you pulling me over for? He's speaking that Spanish. And they're fucking just polite and just like, sir, I'm sorry, we just gotta done. He's like, no. And he's talking about the Constitution, man, shit. You do that shit in America, you are DEAD. Dead. You felt the same way, right? See? You felt the same way, right? So how I felt. I walked in that bitch and I felt like the weight of the world was lifted off me. I did it live stream. Or did I do a live stream? No, I did. I uploaded the fucking video. I walked through the bitch with my family, and there was a metal detector. First, you got to pay like $1.50, the coin and shit. Then you go through the turnstile. You walk across the bridge over to Rio Grande, and this was in the. Did I do Brownsville? No, I did McAllen. Go over there, and then they got they got a guard. He's like, "Come on." He's like, "Come on." And then they got a metal detector, and then another line, and then a conveyor with a thing. Now we walk, and I'm going straight towards the metal detector. I'm like, "Well, I'll go through first." He's like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "Whoa, what?" He's like, "No, no, no. Come this way, brother." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Walk down, walk by the fucking metal detector. He Nobody in the metal detector. Why? Because I already knew this, because I read their constitution. You will not be hindered by any way, shape, or form by coming into Mexico. Now, who set that up? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But they live by that shit. Once you walk past that, you walk right on through. They don't they don't do shit. Nothing. They don't do absolutely nothing. And then I walk through, boom, as soon as I'm in there, I see the big ass Olmec face. Big ass, look like a nigga statue, just a big Olmec hat. Boom, welcome to Mexico. I'm like, damn. I'm like, what? Boom. Then I walk by some federales. They ain't got one. They got a submachine gun, handgun, and a big ass machine gun. I'm like, God damn. They ain't fucking around, but it's what they do, man. Y'all got to know what's really going on with these cartels and the federal government and the drug trade and what's real. I know what I seen. You know, it's a business. It's just business. Just don't fucking get away at her business. But when I went over there, man, I felt like a goddamn king. And it's different, man. When they interact you, it's respectful. Everything is cheaper right now, but American dollar will be lower than the Mexican dollar at some point. Um, that's why everything is raising as far as property in Mexico, because people are hauling ass, not because people are fleeing the motherfucker. People are going there. You know, people are going there. Sorry about that, guys. So, um, let's see. State I live road my banshee in the desert without guys. State I live in had to pay $10 plus to go. Beach in hometown. Pay tax. Can't bring in coolers. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have tougher immigration laws in USA for Latin Americans. You only see your side of the car. No, I've looked into all that. Why do you think they bring all the migrants there? Because they don't have any. Their constitution is right in there. They any human being can go to Mexico. There is nothing. That's what exactly why they're doing what they're doing. Now, as far as moving there and living there, same. It's the same. I know a lot of people in Mexico. That's definitely not true. I know Spanish, Asian, uh, Puerto Ricans, blacks, Jamaicans, shit. A lot of people from the UK down there. Canadians are down there. Um, uh, Cubans. There's Cubans in it's Cubans in Mexico. You know, because they're not gonna send you back. They're just not. They don't do that. They don't send anybody back. They don't do that. That's their own laws. It ain't me. It's stuff that I've went way. I've been in, I've been on I've been understanding and knowing people in Mexico, living there, used to live there, everything in between. You know, so I know that for a fact. It's very easy. Yes, Australians are there. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Now, Belize, it's a little tougher. But Mexico, no, they just don't do that, you know? And you could actually seek asylum in there. You know, you could seek asylum in Mexico, but they don't send anybody home. They don't send anyone back. That's why they're using Mexico to bring, I mean, they're bringing every walk of life through Mexico to the United States, you know? So I would say they're tougher on their own people leaving Mexico, you know? That's tough. But as far as that, no, it's a place that's very welcoming. You know, a good place to research buying property down there is go on the Facebook groups. One is moving to Mexico. That motherfucker. I went on there the other day. God damn, there's 75 more thousand people on it than I went last time. You could go on a Facebook group, moving to Mexico. Just talk to people in there. I mean, these people live there, move move family members there. They've bought properties there. They've done any answer, they're gonna give it to you there. Healthcare, um, you know, people think that healthcare. I mean, America's got the worst healthcare in the fucking world, damn near. Probably next to fucking Somalia or some shit. That's how bad American healthcare is. I know somebody had a baby in Mexico, and they was like, "Yo, they had to pay 1,500 total, and that's it." You know, yeah, you can. You can own property in Mexico. You just can't own it on the. You can't own it. It's a 50 miles. You can own property in Mexico. That's a 100% fact. I done made a video on that. You can own property in Mexico. You just can't have a what is it? You just cannot have a. You cannot leave it in a will, and it has to be. I forgot what it has to be. It has to be. I know there's like a 50 mile. There's a 50 mile from the coastline, something to do with the coastline. But inland, oh yeah, you could definitely own property. I don't know where that came from. That's 100%. I could pull it up right now and show you. That's crazy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's 100 kilometers, 61 miles of the international border, and 50 kilometers of the sea coast. That's what it is. Inland, you can. I know mad people that got property, so I know that's false. And I looked at property. I have like 3 realtors that I can call right now and send me property. You can buy 100%. So why all the thousand airmen don't stay in Mexico? Because Laz, the American dream. They ain't nobody ever promote Mexico. It's the American dream they come here for. We come on, Laz. You know that, my brother. That's a mental thing. They're not gonna stay in Mexico? They're looking at the glamorous life, America. The land of opportunity. Yeah, the restricted zone. I just read it to you. You can own land in America. You said you can't own land in Mexico. You're telling me what I just said right there. You can own land in Mexico. Right there. Foreign individuals or companies and Mexican companies, 100% owned by foreigners, may purchase real estate for residential purpose within the restricted zone. It has to be through a trust fund for 50 years. It's simple. You can own land. Nobody would be going there if you couldn't own land. I mean, you got to understand, there's a lot of people who retire and go there. They wouldn't go there and, "Well, I'm not going to have a place to live." You got to understand, people are structured. Me, I'm a nomad. I'll figure it out. But it's people that look, I need to plan, I need to buy up, so they buy land. You could go to the Mexico group right now. They sell to Americans. There's realtors that sell to Americans. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. And no, you don't need to apologize, but just when I come here, I don't ever give y'all information that you can't go find your own. You know, I just give you, that's just. It may sound like I'm talking out of my ass because I just be shooting from every kind of angle, but this is all stuff that I know from just experience, you know. So I mean, I've been on this. I know I. It's so many people I know that are there. You know, I know people in Belize. It's not. It's more beautiful. Depends on where you're at in Mexico. Belize is. Oh man, that's just a beautiful place. But the government's fucked up. They had the harshest, 2020 restrictions ever. Them motherfuckers had to do like tracking, tracing, all that shit, man. You couldn't even go to that country. But Mexico, there's people were telling me, it's closed, the border's closed. Man, I used to go by there all the time. I'm like, man, that border ain't closed. They were like, it's closed. Everybody thought the border was closed. I'm like, Mexico ain't closing its borders. It won't. It can't. You can't close some shit that don't exist. I knew it. And I was like, I gotta try it. I gotta try it. So during the lockdown, I went right across. Went over there, it's business as usual. I was like, damn, they have masks on and shit, but it's business as usual. I'm like, what? No problems at all. Zero. It ain't closed. You know? Everybody's like, I've gone on something for, yeah, the border's closed. But people on there was like, I just crossed through. There people are saying they went through, and then people are calling, you liar, it's closed. I'm like, man, Americans took their American brain in Mexico and now telling people that trying to come that it's closed because they're watching the news. No, you want to know something, you try to figure it out on your own. But it was wide ass open. But I will tell you, coming back to America is a mother effer. So you really know how bad it is when you come back. If you could leave like that, you come back, you gotta go through. God damn. You know you're going into a prison. I mean, it's easier to get into a prison than it is going through that shit. I'm like, damn. And they just think they're just fucking, you know, The Mexican ones on the American side, they're cool. But the American ones on the American side, they try to jump in, you know. They try to jump in with their little Americanism because the Mexican, the U.S. Customs and Borders agent, he was cool because I was like, I ain't got no idea. We walked over. We just went over, went shopping, went to eat. Oh, you don't have a passport? No. It's like, oh. He just like kind of like he said, oh, and then he just shook his head like, yeah. And he was like he was just about to say, okay. And the motherfucker came out back, whoa, what? You don't have, and trying to flex his store. I'm like, what? We don't need anything to go over there. Well, yeah, well, you don't have a passport. I'm like, what do we need? You don't need nothing to go there. Well, what do you mean? Yes, you do. I'm like, no, you don't. I was like, well, how we standing here then? Well, you don't have your identification. I'm like, no, I don't got nothing. This is where we went over there. We're coming back. We're on foot. And he's like, well, and then he's like, well, going through all this shit. And I'm like, look, man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So they may take all our names and all this other shit, and then they're like, okay, go through. But man, it was a fucking man. It's crazy. So it's crazy. But all right, guys, I gotta go get up off here, man. Much love to y'all. Again, I just wanted to come just talk about the stupidity I saw this morning on this channel. I mean, it's just stupidity at the highest fucking level, ignorance, and just part of the problem. That's why, I've never really, this. I don't know. It's just craziness. Hearing the stuff that I was hearing was like, wow, man, this is crazy. But that's how bad they got people programmed. You know, they got literally people of dark skin complexion, which we call black, telling other motherfuckers they gotta go back. And then I hate these motherfuckers. I don't even like these motherfuckers. Not. And then it was like, I don't. He's like, they hate is like these Spanish motherfuckers. He's like, and these Asian motherfuckers. He's like, I don't even like Chinese people talking shit about Chinese people. Then he said some other shit about some other people. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this motherfucker don't realize. I bet you everything he got on is from China, and the TVs on, the devices on is all from China. If you hate somebody so bad, like you say you do, you're not going to buy their products. Therefore, you run around this bitch butt naked outside. And then the concrete might be made by China. Ain't shit made in this bitch. That's why when China cuts us the fuck off, it's gonna be crazy. China might tax America. They might like, you know what? Shit, now we taxing y'all to bring y'all shit over there. You taxing China, but this shit might reverse where China be like, fuck it, you want us to bring our shit over there now? You gotta pay us. Think about it. It's already in motion. Once they form their Belt and Road, right, which is the old Silk Road, all the American rapers left. They're here still pretending like it, but Donald Trump, Bill Gates, all these people that you see, they got all their shit in other countries because they been ready for their plan, right? They can't stop this shit. So they just like, it's business. Just business. It's just business. Ain't shit here. Nothing is needed over this bitch. Nothing. That's the sad part about it. So when they just say, hey, all right, ain't no sense. And another thing is, I found out my son had told me, but how China gets away with some of there's a loophole in the law that if a shipping ship sits out at sea for 8 days, see, remember when the news would propagate, oh, the ships are, the ships are waiting off the coast because of that motherfuckers was lying. All these ships are waiting off the coast and all this other shit. And, it's slowing the economy. The motherfuckers was lying, guys. It's because if them ships wait out there for 8 fucking days, by law, they got to bring them ships inward, therefore avoiding all the taxes. They just get a small fine. Ain't that fucked up? Isn't that fucked up? That's fucked up. They propagate Americans so bad they think they know what the fuck they talking about. All these shipping containers, the economy's gonna crash. They're just sitting out there. The government isn't allowing them to come in because of, this, that. Man, them motherfuckers was lying their ass off. Them ships, that's what they do. They sit out in that bitch, out in the ocean, right there by the ports. And after 8 days, they gotta bring them bitches in. They get to come in. They fuck up. They fuck with Americans. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. Trump, oh, we're going to do tariffs on this and tariffs on that. Man, they doing business deals. That's what they're doing. Yeah, they put tariffs on certain goods. Well, why they do it? Because, well, their interest was kind of losing money, so they got to put tariffs on the Chinese interest. It's always been that way. You're right. Hey, you tell a kid, if a kid could read, the motherfucking kid would be like, who's Santa? China. Who's Santa Claus? China. Because everything under that goddamn tree says China on it. So that's who's on the gift. China. China's Santa Claus. All right, y'all. I got to get up off here. Much love to you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.